Hello and welcome into LMU Community TV News. I'm Ashley Collingsworth. Thank you for joining us today. Sunday afternoon, the Lincoln Memorial University Rail Splitters were greeted by dozens of cheering fans as they made their way back to Tex Turner Arena. Fans, friends, university faculty and staff, and several media affiliates were on hand as the team stepped off the bus. The team was greeted with applause and cheers as they pulled back into the parking lot to congratulate them on their remarkable run in the NCAA Division II tournament. The Rail Splitters came one win shy of the ultimate goal to bring home the national championship. The team made history, though, by making it to the championship game. Even without a win, the team was still impressed with their own season, and as they stepped off the bus, they all stood with their heads held high. Player Dorian Pinson says, though, that this is not the end for the Rail Splitters to.
It's truly a blessing to have all the support, to know that people follow us and know that they have love for us as much as we love them. To see them come to the games as far as getting everybody for the community to come out, it's just truly a blessing to see. We definitely look to be back next year. We just got to put in a lot of work. We know what it takes this time. Getting there, that was our first year, so we know what it takes and we'll definitely be back.
The Rail Splitters finished the season with an overall record of 34-3. Athletic Director Matt Green is inviting the public and community to come support and celebrate with the team Tuesday evening at 6:30 inside of Tex Turner Arena. It has now been 2 weeks since Jordan Smith spent the day in Harlan celebrating the highly anticipated release of his album, Something Beautiful. People from all over met in Harlan to celebrate him as he signed autographs and took photos for more than 2 hours. Well, as Smith signed autographs and took photos with the fans, we took the opportunity to grab Smith's fiancée, Kristen Denny, for a quick interview on how Smith's win has impacted her life. Here at the Harlan Walmart, where Jordan Smith is doing his record release and signing today, and I'm here with his fiancée, Kristen Denny. So tell me a little bit about how this experience has been for you, as he's been through this.
Yeah, it's been crazy, but we've had such a good time, and it's just been awesome. I mean, we got to go to the Super Bowl, and he sang at the Winter Classic in Boston. That's actually where we got engaged, and I mean, we've just had a lot of awesome opportunities and got to meet some really cool people, so it's been a lot of fun.
What was the experience like watching him on The Voice every week?
It was so awesome and so exciting. Being on The Voice was something he talked about. We've been together for almost 4 years, and I can remember times almost 4 years ago when we'd be sitting in the car listening to music, and he would say things like, if I was ever on The Voice, I want to sing this song. And so just seeing him on the show was just an awesome experience, and it was I was so nervous. I stayed nervous more than him, I think, sometimes. It was worse when I was home, too. I didn't get to go every week, but yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah. So what do you see now from this point forward? What kind of future do you think what do you think is going to happen?
I don't know what the future holds, but I'm excited to see what's coming, and I hope, Jordan gets to continue to do what he loves to do, and as long as he wants to do it. So. Okay,
so you said y'all have been together almost 4 years. Mm-hmm. Has his personality changed any at all during this?
Jordan is still the same person that he was before all this started. He's crazy and goofy, and he likes to make people laugh still, but he's not changed a bit.
See, that's always a good thing. He was always so sweet and so humble when he was on the show, so it was always wonderful to watch. So what do you see, for yourself, like if he goes on the road and stuff?
Well, hopefully I'll be able to travel with him. That's what I want to do, but we'll see how it all works out.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
The event in Harlan only continues to show the amazing support system that Smith has right here at home. No announcements, though, have been made regarding a tour, but Smith says there are still plenty of announcements that are yet to come, and we will all be looking forward to see what is going to happen next. Tennessee Senator Lamar Alexander was in Tazewell Tuesday announcing another expansion project at DTR Industries in Tazewell. He spoke to local business leaders about the economic impact of DTR's expansion.
Americans are worried about losing their jobs. In Claiborne County today, people are thinking about whether they're one of 60 or 80 people who will be getting a new job, and 800 people here and 900 people in Greene County are grateful for the good jobs they have. And when we think about the $30 million you talked about, that is spent here, that goes through every part of the community, every part of the county. Everyone here knows that. So we're deeply, deeply grateful to you for that. I know in many parts of America, including Tennessee, some people are worried about losing their jobs. In Claiborne County, the exciting news is there are some new jobs from an excellent company that's been here and is likely to provide more in the future.
For more information about employment opportunities, you can contact DTR Industries. The Student Osteopathic Medical Association at Lincoln Memorial University DeBuss College of Osteopathic Medicine, in conjunction with the LMU Community Wellness Program, is hosting a Second Harvest Mobile Food Pantry and Wellness Fair on Saturday, April 2nd. The Food Pantry and Wellness Fair is being held in the LMU parking lot on LMU's main campus. The mobile food pantry will be available from 10 o'clock until 4 o'clock or until the food runs out. It is estimated that the same event that was held in October fed over 650 people. They are hoping that this next one will exceed that number. They have also added an additional 13 community partners that will set up booths, and approximately 200 households from the tri-state area are expected to visit. Both students and staff from LMU DCOM will be participating in the wellness fair and will be on site to perform blood pressure checks, body mass index screenings, and osteopathic manipulative medicine. The event is open to the community and games will be held for children. A few of the participants that will also be there will be Claiborne County Health Department and University Medical Clinic. Law enforcement agencies from around the tri-state area met at Lincoln Memorial University with a representative from the Governor's Highway Safety Council to discuss initiatives to make our roads safe. Steve Dillard from the Governor's office spoke about how the state is working with local agencies to reduce the fatality rate on Tennessee's roads.
This morning, and this is the Governor's Highway Safety Council meeting on the campus of Lincoln Memorial University. It is being sponsored by the Lincoln Memorial University Police and Safety Department here. Mr. Dillard, could you tell us what the program is all about and why you're all here?
Sure. Today we've come together. There's about 8 agencies that are represented, as well as the Tennessee Highway Patrol and the Virginia State Police. We're coming together to talk a little bit about some of the enforcement activities and educational activities that we'll be conducting as spring comes in and as we start preparing for the summer weather. We were going to talk a little bit about our seatbelt usage rate and how to encourage our agencies to work with their community and trying to get people to wear their seatbelts and to obey the law on that. And hopefully we'll come up with some plans and some activities this summer that will hopefully save our people's lives on the roadways and hopefully to get our seatbelt use a little higher than where it is right now.
This meeting was scheduled and hosted by LMU Chief of Police and Safety, Cesar Gracia.
Why Lincoln Memorial is hosting this event?
At the location where we're at right now, where we're in the tri-state area, it's a great opportunity for us to bring to the attention of the importance of seatbelt awareness. And so we partnered up with the state of Virginia, state of Kentucky, of course Tennessee, and the local agencies to host this event, which allows us to get the message out to the bigger communities out there.
Seatbelt safety is a nationwide problem. How are we combating it here on campus? I know a lot of students say, well, I'm just jumping in the car and going up to the math and science building and they don't buckle up. How do we get students to start buckling up here on campus?
That's part of one of the main reasons of this program. Now we'll be able to put the events on Pathway, advise them that this SAFE campaign is in effect. We'll initially begin with, we'll stop them and it'll be just a verbal warning, so to speak, make certain wear your seatbelt, because the key thing at the end of the day, we want to make certain that they're safe. They're able to get not only around campus, but when they step off campus. So this is a great time to kick that off, get the message out to them, and hopefully help us save some lives.
According to Dillard, the focus of the meeting was to bring attention to causes of accidents and fatalities in the state of Tennessee and the tri-state area. Local departments from Tazewell, New Tazewell, Lee County, Virginia, the National Park Service, Claiborne County, and LMU participated, along with the Tennessee Highway Patrol, Virginia State Police, Kentucky State Police, and Greene County Sheriff's Office. Coming up after the break, as spring arrives, a tradition carried on by Lincoln Memorial University since the 70s has also arrived. To find out what I'm talking about, keep it right here on LMU Community TV News.
I come from a big family. I'm the oldest of 6. To me, being the first person to go to college, it's like setting a standard, you know? My little brother is 8 years old now. I challenge his curiosity. I challenge him to dream. I have to paint a picture for him that he can look up to and live up to and possibly be better than. My name is Jaquez, and I am your dividend.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
If you heard the wail of a siren last Wednesday, there was no need to panic. It was just the Lincoln Memorial Police and Safety Department testing their warning siren.
Our alert systems for the campus, we have the siren on top of the arena, which notifies pretty much all of our campus and even some of Harrogate. We're also testing our access controls, so if we were to have a lockdown for an active shooter or something like that, we're testing, make sure that all of our emergency equipment and notifications are working.
There are several different signals that can be heard coming from the siren. Snow explains a few of those sounds.
We have our officers positioned out to make sure for our lockdown mode that all of our access controls, they're all functioning properly and are working as they should in case of an emergency. And also, we also send them out when we do the siren to make sure some buildings, you know, they have hall after hall, they're kind of in the interior of a building, and so it's hard for them to hear, but we'll make sure that, you know, notification goes out. We also use E2 Campus, which if they can't hear the siren, they will be notified that way.
The testing for the siren takes place at least 3 times a year, but they want to make sure that there are no interruptions for classroom learning.
We usually do it in the spring. We try not to disrupt classes and everything too much, so we will do one during the summer when classes aren't in full session with the undergrads and everything, and then we're doing it here during spring break when the classes aren't full, so we try not to disrupt the academic progress as much as we can.
Be sure you stay tuned to LMU Community TV News for information on future tests. The start of spring is a special time on Lincoln Memorial University's campus. Spring sports are in full gear, trees and flowers are in full bloom, and it marks the annual arrival of students in the Kanto program. Each year, approximately 75 students from Japan arrive on campus to participate in the Kanto exchange program with Chukyo School. The students in this cultural exchange will participate in classes at the J. Frank White Academy until May 13th. The LMU Kanto program has been in existence since 1977. The Cumberland Gap National Historical Park will kick off a special weekend of events April 9th through the 11th to commemorate the release of the 32nd quarter in the America the Beautiful Quarter program. The weekend, titled An American Memoir, will explore American values of the past, present, and future in 3 frontier areas. Park staff will be hosting over 200 local school children during the weekend. The program is part of a larger celebration marking the National Park Service centennial. For more information, you can call 606-248-2817. Well, the proposed expansion of the Claiborne County Jail continues to be a hot topic. Just last week, county resident Joe Brooks presented petitions with approximately 4,500 signatures asking that the jail expansion project be placed on the ballot for a vote. The county board and sheriff have proposed expanding the current facility to house overflow prisoners from neighboring counties. The cost of the expansion would be over $30 million. Funds for the expansion would come through bond issues. 1,600 signatures need to be verified for the issue to be placed on either an August or November ballot. Be sure you stay with us after the break, though, because Adam Haley is bringing you your sports update, and it includes the national championship from over the weekend in Frisco, Texas, along with sports right here on the campus of LMU. So keep it right here.
You think getting dumped by text is harsh? Try getting dumped by a tennis ball. My ex-owner drove me out to the woods, yelled fetch, and by the time I brought the ball back, he was gone. Yeah, I was pissed. But the folks at the shelter helped me let go of my anger. I learned coping skills, like taking it to the hole. Boom! Now I'm ready to fetch again. But how about I throw and you run and get it?
They said a bottle was just a bottle. That no one would ever notice me. But I knew I could be more. That one day, I would make people smile.
Welcome back. The top-ranked Rail Splitters' magical run through Frisco, Texas came up one win short this past weekend when they faced second-ranked Augustana from South Dakota. The Vikings started the game on a 13-4 run, and that set the tone for the game. LMU would respond and go on a 14-4 run to take the lead 18-17 with less than 8 minutes remaining in the first half. The two would battle back and forth until the Vikings ended the half on a 7-2 run to lead at the break 43-38. LMU came out of the locker room and got the deficit down to 2 on 2 different occasions early on, but could never break Augustana's lead. The Vikings used a 7-0 run and a 14-7 run during the second half to keep some distance between themselves and LMU, and it was the Vikings from Augustana University who won their first men's basketball national championship with a 90-81 victory. The Vikings were led by Alex Richter, Daniel Jansen, and Casey Schilling, who combined for 71 points and 34 rebounds. Richter was named Most Outstanding Player in the tournament. Jarrell Simmons led LMU with 21 points and was named to the Elite 8 All-Tournament team, while Jalen Steele and Emmanuel Terry each added 15. The Rail Splitter men finished the season with a 34-3 record, which is a school and a conference record. The LMU baseball team was at home this weekend for a 3-game set with non-conference opponent Davis and Elkins. In Game 1 on Friday, the Senators got the scoring started with 2 runs in the second inning and 1 more in the third to take the lead 3-0. LMU would get on the board with a run in the fourth on a Mason Ewers RBI single and a run in the fifth on an RBI single by Eric Kalman. But it was the 8th inning that was the difference. Seth Hunt got the scoring started with an RBI fielder's choice, and the Rail Splitters added 3 more runs off of walks, and LMU won 6-3. Dominic Morabito got the win in relief, going 2 innings, allowing no hits, no runs, and striking out 4. On Saturday, the two teams came back for a doubleheader. Game 1 saw LMU's bats heat up as the Rail Splitters scored 11 runs in the first 3 innings on their way to a 15-1 win. Danny Valdez had a home run, and Mason Ewers hit 3 home runs and had 6 RBIs in the win. Ethan Elliott picked up his 6th win of the season, going 5 innings, allowing 3 hits, no runs, and striking out 5. LMU went for the sweep in Game 2, and early on it didn't look good as Davis and Elkins scored 4 runs in the top of the first and 2 more in the top of the second to lead 6-1. LMU got back in it with 6-1 with 5 runs in the third, but it was the rally in the 6th that put LMU in the lead. A 3-run home run by Russell Clark was the final nail in the coffin, and LMU completed the sweep 11-8. Morabito once again picked up the win in relief, going 2 innings, allowing no runs, no hits, and striking out 2. The LMU baseball team will now hit the road on Wednesday for a non-conference battle with Tusculum College in Greenville. The LMU softball team was also at home this weekend when they hosted Coker College. Game 1 was the Brianna Shrimp show as she hit an RBI single in the first, an RBI single in the third, and an RBI double in the fifth to put LMU up 3-0. The Cobras came back in the 6th and tied the game on a Maria Williamson 2-run home run. In extra innings, Jennifer Moose hit a sacrifice fly to center field that scored Allie Jones, and LMU won Game 1 4-3. Brianna Taylor got the win in the circle for LMU, going 8 innings, allowing 2 hits, 3 unearned runs, while striking out 3. In Game 2, Coker scored first on an RBI single by Ashley Gallman, and the Cobras would keep the lead until the 5th when LMU took the lead on a Coker error that allowed Savannah Couch to score. The Cobras tied the game in the next inning when Gallman fouled a ball to deep right field, and LMU's Teddy Collins caught the ball but was stunned when she ran into the fence, and that allowed Caitlin Chambers to tag up and come around from first. Once again, they went to extra innings, and it was Coker's Gallman who hit an RBI single to take the lead, and Williamson who followed up with a 2 RBI double to win 6-5. Allie Jones would add a 2-run home run in the bottom of the 8th for LMU. Samantha Smith took the loss, going 8 innings, allowing 7 hits, 6 runs, 3 earned runs, while striking out 3. The ladies will remain at home for a conference doubleheader on Tuesday when they will host Tusculum College. LMU Sports Network will have coverage of the opening game starting at 2 p.m. The LMU Beach volleyball team finished off their spring break tour of warmer weather over the weekend as they participated in the GSU's Diggin' Duels in Atlanta, Georgia. On Friday, they started with UNC Wilmington, and the ladies put up a good fight but lost all 5 games and lost the match 5-0. The second match put LMU in a battle with 8th-ranked Georgia State, and while the first 4 games went in straight sets, it was LMU's Jordan Green and Fernando Miachi who picked up a win, defeating Jesse Swaney and Ashley McGlynn, and LMU lost the match 4-1. On Saturday, LMU came back for another doubleheader that started with Louisiana Monroe. LMU's Samantha Cash and Erica Whitaker picked up their win, but it was the Warhawks who won 4-1. The final matchup saw LMU face Eckerd for the 3rd time this season. The teams of Abby Cash and Brooke Fleeman, Samantha Cash and Erica Whitaker, and the team of Kiera Holland and Peyton McDaniel all won their games, and LMU picked up their 2nd win of the season, 3-2. The ladies will now rest before their next match, which is in Birmingham, Alabama, next weekend. And the LMU women's lacrosse team was also in action this past weekend when they traveled to Charlotte, North Carolina to take on the 14th-ranked Royals of Queens University. Hannah Scott scored first for Queens about 2 minutes in, and that started a 16-0 run for Queens as they went on to win 23-4. Breasia James led LMU with 2 goals, while Sarah Bell and Brittany Laranga each had 3 goals for Queens. The ladies will have to regroup before their next match, which will be Wednesday against Tusculum in Greenville. Now that's all for sports, but here comes Joseph Lewis to let you know if Batman vs. Superman was good enough to take the tops of the box office here on the LMU Community TV News.
Hello, I'm Joseph Lewis, bringing you all the latest information in the world of movies. Tops at the box office this weekend were led with zero competition by Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice, drawing $170 million in the U.S. on top of $254 million from foreign markets toward a worldwide weekend total of $424.1 million. With its domestic take, it has officially become the biggest March opener of all time, knocking out the first Hunger Games film, as well as the biggest Easter weekend release of all time, easily topping last year's Furious 7, and the largest ever opening for Warner Brothers in general, pulling ahead of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. Its massive worldwide total also gives Batman vs. Superman the distinction of having the biggest opening weekend ever for a superhero film from any studio, topping even the opening of Marvel's first Avengers film by a $32 million margin. The film's immediate success was almost a given considering the amount of hype and anticipation that's been building since DC kicked off their extended universe in 2013 with Man of Steel, though its largely negative response from critics and its mixed reception from audience polls leaves it a question mark as to whether or not Batman vs. Superman will have the staying power of Deadpool or the most high-profile MCU titles. Following at number 2 was the past 3 weeks' winner, Zootopia, the latest release from Walt Disney Animation Studios, adding $23 million onto its now $240 million domestic gross. In addition to scoring the largest ever opening for The House of Mouse, the film has made an additional $456 million in foreign markets and has been greeted with widespread acclaim from critics and audiences alike thanks to its exciting story, clever humor, and pointed social commentary. And rounding out the top 3 was the weekend's other major wide release, the sequel My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2, taking $18 million in its debut. The first film from 2002 is remembered best for being a sleeper hit, which went on to become one of the most financially successful independent films and romantic comedies of all time, and although it's unlikely that lightning will strike twice, fans of the first film will be pleased to see writer Nia Vardalos returning alongside most of the original cast. Former number 2 and number 3 titles, Allegiant and Miracles from Heaven, finished out the weekend with $9.5 million each, tying for the number 4 spot, while 10 Cloverfield Lane followed at number 6 with $6 million. The irreverent superhero outing Deadpool added another $5 million onto its sizable $349 million domestic gross, and over the coming week it should surpass 2014's Days of Future Past to become the highest-grossing film in Fox's X-Men universe domestically and worldwide. In terms of counter-programming, Michael Showalter's low-key Sally Field-starring comedy Hello, My Name is Doris started strong in limited release with $1.7 million from 488 screens, while the political thriller Eye in the Sky took just over $1 million from 123 screens, thanks in part to it featuring one of Alan Rickman's final film roles. Expect next weekend to be relatively quiet at the box office as Richard Linklater's spiritual sequel to Dazed and Confused, entitled Everybody Wants Some, makes its debut in limited release, while Jeff Nichols' acclaimed sci-fi drama Midnight Special makes its way onto more screens. That's all for today in the world of movies. I'm Joseph Lewis.
They're coming. Places, everybody.
Light check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
They said I have troll teeth.
That my voice sounded like a possessed baby doll.
That no one would ever love someone as stupid as me.
That I was fat, ugly.
Disgusting.
The effect of bullying is potent.
We will no longer be the silent majority.
Now, when you see online bullying, there's something you can do about it.
We're gonna take action with the I.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness, and so are you.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Me and my boy Matt had it good. He had catnip that was off the hook. But one day, he brings a girl home, and she's allergic to cats. Every sneeze was a nail in my coffin. Now I'm in a shelter. It's decent, but they don't even have Wi-Fi.
And that is going to do it for this week's LMU Community TV News.
I'm Adam Haley. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again on Thursday.
For everyone here at LMU Community TV, I'm Ashley Collingsworth. Have a great week.